views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
The following audio is via a Skype call.
Welcome to Healthy Edge Radio with Amber Thiel. Living with power, passion, and purpose. Amber has dedicated her life to empowering women to honor and love their bodies. As founder of The Healthy Edge, she is now bringing her message to the airwaves. Tune in for breakthrough, empowerment, and education on how you can love your body, feel amazing, shift your mindset, and create real, lasting results. This is an opportunity for you to learn, grow, heal emotional blocks, and transform your lifestyle. Healthy Edge Radio starts now.
Hey, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's so great to be connecting with all of you. What a great lineup we've got for you today. And I love, love, love what we're going to be talking about. First of all, let me tell you that I get to co-host today on Healthy Edge Radio with Amber Thiel. And guess what? This is about living with power, passion, and purpose. Today, we're going to be talking about how do we be more powerful than food, fear, and failure. Oh, boy. How do we do that? Well, I'm glad she's here to talk to us about that, because that is not only a big one, but right now we're seeing how fear is showing up in our society, how failure is showing up in our society, how insecurity is showing up in our society, all of the above. For those of you that are wondering a little bit about who Amber is, first of all, let me tell you that she is someone beyond a fitness expert, beyond an international speaker, beyond being an author. Her life has been dedicated to empowering women to love their bodies, nourish their souls, get results, and love their life. And this is what we're talking about. It's one thing to have one unidimensional approach to what you love, but what if you just simply loved your life, every aspect about it, who you are, what your body looks like, what you put in it. But what if beyond all of that, you learned how to do this? And that's what Amber does. Today, we are so talking about, what we need to have before we can actually do something. So all of those resolutions that maybe you sat down and you wrote, all of the ideas, all of the promises, let's give all of those a little B12 and beef them up. Amber, great to have you here today.
Thank you. I love this topic. This is a hard topic because a lot of women don't want to hear that the work is within themselves. They want it to be something on the outside that they can buy, that they can do, that they can swallow. And so my approach to helping women is a lot different, because I really believe that the answers and the solutions and the power are already within women. And just having them look inside themselves instead of outside themselves is something that our society does not necessarily support or teach us from a very young age that that's how it happens. But I think you get to a certain stage in life where you realize that nothing outside of yourself is going to fix you and what's going on inside of yourself. So I hope that the women listening and men, that you just are open to what we're going to talk about today. And if you've been frustrated and you've been stuck, that just perhaps you need a shift in perspective and a shift in focus, and maybe some things will shift for you.
Well, one of the things that I love to hear you talk about, and you do talk about it so well, is that, there is groundwork that we need to look at. And the part of the groundwork is looking at what is it that we have? What are we looking at? What do we have? When we say, I'd like to lose pounds, or if we say, I'd like to do this, I'd like to do that, a lot of the times we're in the energy of sacrifice, we're in the energy of less than. And I know that the work you do is not about that. The work that you do is about regaining power. And let's talk about what we need to do before we can actually do.
Awesome. Well, I think it starts with letting go of this notion. We call it belief systems and the healthy edge, paradigms, maybe another word that people have heard, but letting go of the belief that we are in lack, that we need to have something in order to change our behavior. So I meet a lot of women and coach a lot of women that they think that they need money. They think they need their spouse to get on board with being healthy, or needs to change in some way before they can change. They think that their kids need to change. They think that they need more time. They need a personal trainer. Oh, I would get healthy if I just had a Vitamix, if I just had good genetics. You should see my family. I'm cursed. Amber, if I just got the results, then I would keep them. There's this lot of this, again, focus on the external. What are the things that I need to have first? And then as soon as all those things get in alignment, then I'll do what I need to do. So many women spend their entire life putting themselves on the back burner because they're waiting for the right time. They're waiting for the kids to go to college. They're waiting for their spouse to get on board. They're waiting to have enough money in their bank account. And all this time, they're putting their happiness, their joy, their confidence on hold. So my challenge is to break this model, this if I had just had blank, then I would do blank, and then I would be blank. Because as soon as we put the external things around us contingent upon what we're going to do, we go victim. And most women, especially in today's society, we do not want to be a victim. We are anything but victims, right? I mean, we do not want to be in that category. But so many women, I want you to really acknowledge, are you being a victim in your life? Are you giving power to things that you don't have, that you're waiting to have, people around you that you're waiting to change? You're waiting for them to get to a certain space before you move forward. That is the definition of a victim. And most women are living in victim when it comes to their body, when it comes to their health, to their energy. They go victim to their family, to their work, to money. And so from this place, we lose power because something has to happen in order for us to feel that we have the power to move forward. And until it happens, we have absolutely no control. So what we need to focus on is being. And this can be abstract for some people, like, oh, seriously, Amber, it's just being. Yeah, it's about being the person that does the things that you need to do so that you can have the things that you want to have. And when we choose actions out of beingness, then we're able to create what we want to have. And a great example is how many of us on January 1st, all of a sudden, we have all of this organization, we have all of this willpower, we have all this motivation. We're like, yes, it's January 1st, it's a new year. And from that beingness, literally, you just woke up that day and you decided to be organized. You decided to be healthy. You decided to be motivated. You decided to be committed. And lo and behold, you did different things and you started to have different results. Waking up on January 1st didn't change your spouse, didn't change your kids, didn't change your schedule, didn't change any of that. You just woke up being a different person. And that is the power of going inside of ourselves and saying, okay, I've had success in other areas of my life. Who was I being during those times? Well, I was being in control. I was being a leader. I was being focused. I was being committed. I was being powerful. I was being dedicated. I was being surrendered. I was being faithful. And all of a sudden you start to realize that it was literally just your presence in that situation that made it successful. So we got to pull those things that we already know are within us and we need to apply them to our health journey, because only from that place are we going to do things differently and then ultimately have the things that we want to have.
Part of this is really a conundrum for all of us, Amber, and that's why I'm so thrilled we are talking about it today. My friend used to talk to me about the waiting game. And, I think that's what you're talking about too. And yet at the same time, underneath all of that, as I said before, and, the topic for today, the question comes up at how much of that, Amber, is fear? How much of that is anxiety? You know what I'm saying? How much of waiting becomes a placeholder because our fear is so presented in any idea of action.
Yeah. Fear is a tough one because fear, a lot of people think that they have to wait for the fear to go away. And what I'm going to encourage you to do is, again, shift your paradigm, shift your belief system, that the fear doesn't go away. You partner with the fear, you walk through the fear. And what you start to realize is as you keep bumping up against that fear, and you keep going and doing things anyway, despite the fear, you start to realize that this fear that you thought was so big and so all-encompassing and so absolutely huge isn't really that big. But it's the commitment and the faith. And the word I use is faith.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that faith that the fear is a lie. Fear is a lie. Fear is what keeps us in our comfort zone. It is designed to protect us. It's designed to keep us comfortable and make sure that we don't, rock the boat. But fear doesn't allow us to dream and get what we want. So if you're comfortable in your life, and I tell people this, if you love your life and you're good and there's no need for growth, good for you. You could live probably a fear-free life. But most of us want things outside of what we currently have. And fear's the boundary. It's like the fence around us. It's designed to protect us, but we just need to know that even though it's designed to protect us, if we want what's on the other side, we're going to have to walk through it. We're going to have to partner with it. And then we start to realize that, wow, this thing isn't really that big. And then it starts to become fun because you're like, oh my gosh, I'm kind of scared about this. I'm kind of anxious about this. Oh, I can't wait to see what's on the other side. And if you can look at fear like that and play that game and partner with it and know that whether it's God or whatever you believe is bigger and wants to smash all of your fear, it's just a lie to keep you from growing, then it starts to be a game and it starts to be fun. And you start to have a new belief that, yes, I'm coming up against fear. This means I'm going to get to grow. I'm going to get something more in my life, better, different, and, let's do this.
Yeah. I mean, today what we're doing is we're kind of peeling the layers back of this. And for those of you out there, Amber Thiel joining me here today, one of you is going to receive a free 45-minute coaching session with Amber so that we can help you explore these patterns of your health journey, what's holding you back, and then put together a game plan so you can move forward, grow, break through, and get the results you want. Because everyone that I have ever talked with is about, I just want to get the results. But we get stuck in how that doesn't happen. When we come back, get ready for lie number 2. What I feel is what I should do. This is a great one. This is a great one. Well, Amber's going to show us, sometimes you got to hold them and sometimes you got to fold them. And we're going to tell you what that's about. Stay tuned, everybody. We'll be right back.
Winning at the game of money. Lynn Brown is now offering Full Spectrum Finance, a progressive 12-month program that will help you to navigate through the mechanics of financial expansion. Finally, a financial planner who looks at the full spectrum of money and abundance. Engage you in the mental, physical, and energetic aspects of finance. This is Full Spectrum Finance. Are you ready to get into it? For more information, go to fullspectrumfinance.com.
How would you like increased health and vitality? How would you like to avoid the onset of disease as well as slow the aging process? This is all possible through a simple, safe, and natural process. Every day we are either moving toward wellness or away from wellness.
Hi, I'm Mary Jane Mack. I'd like to be your partner in achieving optimal health. Contact me now at maryjanemack.com or call 425-392-0659. Visit maryjanemack.com.
Best-selling author, spiritual life, and business coach Joe Nunziata brings his higher energy and no-nonsense style to people who are ready to make powerful changes now. Wake up, step up, power up with a shot of Joe. Join Joe the second and fourth Wednesdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern for 30 minutes of high energy, no nonsense, and powerful tools to make powerful changes. Visit joenuns.com. That's JOENUNZ.com.
Your happiness is your choice on Natural Peace Radio. Follow Sarah Van Ryswick as she addresses the power of emotions. Each month, Sarah covers different topics as she helps listeners activate their energetic spark and create powerful energy and amazing opportunities. Manifest your desires with Natural Peace Radio. For more information on Sarah and her work, visit naturalpeaceliving.com.
Who's ready to rock 2018? Want expert assistance to ground and clear your energy and raise your vibration? Hi, I'm Wendy Rose Williams, certified spiritual teacher. Call 425-502-0362 to schedule your free 15-minute consult to learn how a 1-hour soul wisdom healing session, full-day regression healing, or 90-day energetic boot camp can help you with the next big thing. Visit wendyrosewilliams.com to plan your magic carpet ride with me.
Are you stuck in unhealthy habits, toxic relationships, or low self-esteem? Do you crave a life of inspiration, love, self-acceptance, and fun? Sounds like you're on the verge to your next big thing. Join Laura Richer, host of On the Verge Radio, helping you use your breakdown for a breakthrough, overcome life's greatest challenges, and live the life you want and deserve. Tune in each month on Transformation Talk Radio or visit SeattleHealingHypnosis.com for more information.
Oh, yes. That's Sting. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. As I said before, I hope you're listening today. I want to make sure you know to go to healthyedgeradio.com. Also, we want to make sure that you know how to find out more about Amber. You can go to Facebook, The Healthy Edge, Instagram, The Healthy Edge. And then today, as I said before, later on in the show, we're going to be giving away to one of you fabulous listeners a special 45-minute coaching session with Amber, because that's what she does. That's what she does. She helps us get beyond the get beyond. Amber, look it. I said before the break this. What I feel is what I should do. And then I also said that sometimes you got to know when to hold them and sometimes you got to know when to fold them. And what I mean by that is my emotions and my feelings. I don't know. I think there are some people that like to do the laundry. I think there really are some people that like to do the dishes. I think there are some people that like to do all of those incredible things that seem like drudgery to us. But sometimes feelings is really no more than that song, right?
Yeah, this is going to be a tough one for some people to hear. This was a major shift for me in my health journey. And then when I became a mom, this has been a huge shift for me as well, is this idea. And we are told every day in our society that what we feel we should do and what we feel we should say. And you just go with your emotions and you just let it out. And if you're angry, you be angry. And if you're happy, you be happy. And some of you are going to say, yeah, that's what you're supposed to do, right? No, our feelings should not dictate what we do. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't feel them. I want to be very clear. Feelings they need to be acknowledged. They need to be validated. They need to be respected. They need to be treated in a way that is healthy and that is safe. But I think most of us can admit, if any of you have a relationship in your life, maybe your marriage, for example, that is not good and is very rocky, I bet you react and act out of your emotions all the time. You feel like yelling at your husband, you do, because you're angry. You walk in and he forgot to do X, Y, and Z, and you're upset about it, and you just let him have it. And how does that work for you? How does that work for you when you treat your kids? You come home from work and you're upset and you're stressed and you're tired and you have all these emotions going on and you just let them unleash on your kids. All of those things lead to guilt. They lead to shame. A lot of them lead to drinking and to eating when we act out of our feelings and do things that we later regret. And so I always use the analogy about the laundry. I hate doing the laundry. Now, I know doing the laundry is not difficult, but I put it in the washer, then I forget that it's in the washer. So then it sits in there too long. Then I got to run it again because it stinks. And then I put it in the dryer. I'm like, oh, I got to take it out of the dryer right when it's done, or otherwise it's going to be wrinkly. I mean, there's just like this love-hate relationship, but I do it. I do it because I want to have clean clothes. I want my child to have clean clothes. I want my husband to have clean clothes. Same thing with the dishes. I hate doing the dishes. I don't like it. I don't even like unloading the dishwasher. And I do it because I want to have clean dishes. I want to be able to eat off of clean plates. So we do all these things throughout our day that we don't feel like doing. But because there's a big enough reward, we do it. We do it without even thinking about it. Even if inside we're like, oh, I don't want to do this. We do it because there's a big enough reason. So for some of you in your health journey, you think that you're supposed to feel like going to the gym. You're supposed to feel like eating that salad. You're supposed to feel like going to the grocery store or maybe food prepping. And I'm telling you right now, as a healthy person, I've been living this way for 10 years. It's just become who I am. I don't always feel like doing those things, but I do it because of the benefit. The benefit is so great to me that I wake up every day. I feel energized. I feel on purpose. I'm the mom that I want to be on most days. I'm the wife that I need to be on most days. And I wake up because I'm healthy. I'm that way because I'm healthy. I take care of my inside. I take care of my mind. And that has to do with doing things despite how I feel because the benefit is greater. And so some of you are waiting to feel it. You're waiting to feel like it's the right time. You're waiting for all these things to happen. And I'm telling you right now that if you wait on that, you are going to ride the roller coaster of gaining and losing weight. Because 1 month you're going to feel like it, the next month you're not. One day you're going to feel like it, the next day you're not. Oh, now I'm around my healthy friends, I feel like it. Oh, now I'm around my wine drinking, appetizer friends. Now I don't feel like it. And so we just go on this whim of our feelings, and our feelings will drive us into behaviors that lead, like I said, to guilt, shame, places that are deep and dark for a lot of us, places that a lot of us spend way too much time going to, because our feelings then coupled with our actions take us to a place that we start to create things in our life. We start to create patterns. And we start to, gain weight. We start to get depressed. All of these things are derived from our feelings. So, too many people quit in their health journey because the excitement that they had about starting the diet, the excitement, feelings that they had about their New Year's resolutions, or the excitement some of you have about Mondays. Ooh, it's Monday, back on track. I blew the whole weekend, but now it's Monday, and that lasts till 10 a.m. And then all of a sudden those exciting emotions are gone. And so you do what you feel like doing. You feel like unwinding from a hard day's of work. So you grab a glass of wine. You feel like checking out in front of the TV because you're tired or because you're exhausted. And so you grab the tub of ice cream and you feel like doing that instead of talking to your husband. But if you really acknowledge, like, what should I do in this moment, despite what I'm feeling? What would serve me? What would serve my health? What would serve my relationship with my husband? What would serve my goals around raising my kids? If you ask yourself those questions, the feelings start to be removed. And guess what happens? You start to be, okay, right now I need to be committed. I need to be committed to my marriage. I need to be communicative. I need to communicate with my kids. You go back to that being. Well, as soon as you snap yourself into that space, now you start to do things. And guess what? You start to have different feelings. It's amazing. You start to have more confidence. You start to have more joy. You start to have more fun in your life. And so it all goes back to that be, do, have.
Yeah. This is the pinnacle of empowerment, really, what we're talking about right now. People write about empowerment. They talk about empowerment. They teach about empowerment. And yet the bottom line to empowerment, what I call the pinnacle of it, is the buck starts and stops right here with us. We are the makers of our emotional destiny. And that's what I hear you saying. I love that we're talking about how to have our feelings work to our advantage. And we don't have that conversation enough, do we?
No, our feelings, again, it's really hard because people, they love their feelings, their feelings. Their feelings are their identity. My feelings are not my identity. And I've learned that with the walk with the Lord, that my feelings are because of a lot of things around me that are pushing and pulling and tugging and making me doubt and making me think. And I need to go to my worth. Where is my worth grounded? And who am I? And why am I here? And what is my purpose? And what am I doing for the people around me? And I got to go back to that place, because my feelings will come and go with the wind, depending on what I watch, and we're going to talk a little bit about that, what you put in your ears, what you put in your eyes, who you're around, all those things. Our emotions are just on this rocky ocean. So we've got to create a paradigm, create a belief system that we can control our thoughts. We can control how we are being from the place that we are. And I do it with the power of the Lord. I do it from that place of God, I can't do this on my own strength. You spawn in here because I know that my emotions take me down paths that don't serve me, that do not serve me. And so many of you can absolutely resonate with that. And so I want to give you something new to think about. This is about challenging you. I hope you think about what Dr. Pat and I are talking about all week. Week. I want you to think about it, because this is where, like you said, empowerment comes from within. And this is how real lifelong change happens. This is how you change every aspect of your life, is you take your power back, and stop just giving it to everything that just floats by.
Yeah, it's really interesting. I was listening this morning. I always start my day out, with prayer and meditation. I always start my day out with that. And sometimes it's listening to a lecture or tape or a CD or something. It's something like that. But every day it is spiritual. That's how I start my day. And it has to be some of, listen, God, today I can do 20% of this. Can I give you the 80%? I'd like you to handle the 80% of this situation for me. And I love that approach. I love what you just said, because some of the things we're talking about today, we think we can do it all. We really think that we can will ourselves to do it all. And that, I can tell you, is not fun. And so I like to split the difference with God. I'm like, you know what? Here, let's split the difference on this one. I know I can do this, 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 and this. I may not want to, right, Amber? I may not want to do this, 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 and this, but I know I can do it. I'm going to do it. Can you do me a favor? How about you take the rest? And that is what I hear you saying. There is a sense of what we do that is putting one foot in front of the other and getting things done in flow. Or we could do the other. And this is what I think we started talking about today, which is the opposite. We could put one foot in front of the other and get it done in no, N-O, which means every step I take, I am resisting having to do it. When we come back, we're going to talk with Amber about this next little lie, and that is we expect to get the results we want. And boy, is that a whopper. Stay tuned, everyone. We'll be right back.
Now you can be a part of one of the most powerful programs to help create a more joyful, loving, abundant, and peaceful world. Every day at 12 noon in any time zone, join millions of other people around the world to spend a few minutes in joy, love, and gratitude. Brought to you by Robert Schoenfeld, host of the Art of Powerful Living Radio. Together, we can raise the vibration of the planet. For more information, visit globalmomentofjoy.com.
Are you searching? Looking for a sign? A message you need to hear? From the great unknown, from the most mysterious place, that is the most familiar to your soul in the depths of who you are. The universe put someone here to talk to, someone God gave a blessing to, that you may find insight with. TheAngelLady.net. 1-800-323-1790. 1-800-323-1790.
Defining success and putting minds to work. With the Higher Learners Career and Leadership Series, Rudy Racine will help you craft your personal definition of success, offering support and guidance as you move forward towards your goals. Take the leap. With the right mix of focus and motivation, anything can be achieved. Tune in every first and third Monday at 12 p.m. Pacific, 3 Eastern, and for more information on Rudy Racine and Higher Learners, visit Rudy's site at higherlearners.com. That's HIRE learners.com.
Be you plus live your purpose equals joy. That's the motto of Unstuck Joy with Vicki Todd. Vicki believes you were born with gifts that are meant to make the world brighter. Each show will feature an art visioning journal prompt to help you create your way to soul clarity. If you're ready to get unstuck and create more joy, this show is for you.
Tune in the first and third Tuesday at 3 p.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio. For more information, visit VickiWorldArt.com.
The Janice Underwood Show, helping you create the life you want, not the life you tolerate. Tune in each Monday, 9 a.m. Pacific on Transformation Talk Radio as Janice delves into the life creator system and the next step in your spiritual evolution. Janice Underwood is gifted at helping spiritually minded people shift their mindsets to unleash the creator within. Our souls wish to wake us up. Those of us listening hear the call. Do you? For more information, visit JaniceUnderwood.com.
Welcome to the Dr. Pat Show, talk radio to thrive by. I am so thrilled to be talking to all of you. We have got talk radio for all of us. Are you ready and willing and able to accept all of the abundance you can muster up in your life? Yeah! Check us out, thedrpatshow.com, transformationtalkradio.com, transformationradio.fm. Oh my goodness. Wow. Hey, everybody. Amber Thiel joining me here today. For those of you out there, Amber is amazing. She's a health, she's a fitness expert. She's an international speaker. She's an author dedicated to empowering women, beyond loving your bodies, but to love your life. And, when we're talking about this today and we're looking at her, this incredible woman, mom, entrepreneur, and somebody that is passionate and purposeful about her life's calling. Today, we know that we can have a conversation, she and I, on some very, very big topics. And what this means is that we're here to help you become more powerful than food, than fear, than failure. And, another one of my favorites in the mix, Amber, if I might add it, doubt. My latest favorite, least favorite word, doubt. Because doubt is riddled with feelings. Today, though, we're going to talk about we expect to get the results we want, lie number 3. But before we do, let me make sure that you know how to find out more about Amber. Go to healthyedgeradio.com. You can also go on Facebook, The Healthy Edge, for sure. And then Instagram, The Healthy Edge, as well. Today, as I said, one of you right now, our first caller, is going to receive a fabulous 45 minutes with Amber. Can you imagine 45 minutes to talk about anything and all that's bogging you down, that's getting in the way, and to do it with someone that knows that you are going through a time that maybe you're experiencing shame, maybe you're experiencing guilt, maybe you're experiencing a sense of failure. Somebody that knows about this, knows how to help people through it, because she too has experienced these things. First caller, please 1-800-930-2819. And also, we're taking your questions, 1-800-930-2819. Listen, Amber, I love this next one here. I love this. I love this lie. I love this lie number 3. And I was just chatting with you during the break. And it's, we expect to get the results we want. And I got to tell you, I said to you that, you know what? I now know that God is my pilot. And I'm literally the co-pilot. I know that what I believe and the faith that I believe in and the purpose and a power greater than myself, or whatever you want to call it, if you're listening to the show, whatever your definition of that is, I know that I am not the one flying the plane. And I know that not because I'm smarter than everybody else, because I've gotten to experience a lifetime of how the result that I thought that I wanted in my life wasn't going to be the best result. And that's what we're talking about now, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. And that dissipates fear. When you don't have to be in control, when you don't have, I mean, let's be honest. If you're the pilot of a plane, you've got a lot more responsibility than the co-pilot or the stewardess, right? I would much rather be one of those two people than the pilot. And so that really does dissipate fear because you have trust in something. And for some people that are living their life not trusting in anything, or maybe trying to trust in themselves, and they keep letting themselves down. This is just an incredibly powerful and way to live without fear, with that, with trust that there is something bigger navigating. And God's always good. If it's not good, it's not done. And that is my motto of my life. So if I look at areas of my life and it's not good yet, I'm like, okay, God's not done with that, because it will always be good. It will always be good.
Yeah. Yeah. I love what we're talking about, because I can now go back and connect the dots in my life. And what I mean by that is I could see the footprint. I could see God's footprint in my life in so many ways. And that's what we're talking about today, and the way that you help women, right? I mean, there is this disconnect between what we want and what it takes to get what we want. And I want to talk about that for a minute. I mean, you work with women all over the world. You talk with them about whether it's I want to lose 20 pounds, or I don't want to drink a bottle of wine a night, or, I just can't get my body the way I want. I can't get my life the way I want. I don't feel good. All of those things. And you have to start somewhere. And I think this is the place you have to start. You have to start with looking at and making an adjustment to this want thing.
Yeah. This is just so huge. I love working with women who realize halfway through our coaching that they can let go of some of the desires that they thought that they've always wanted, because they realize the disconnect between what they're willing to do versus what they want. And when it comes right down to it, they're able to say with complete confidence, I'm not willing to do that. And guess what? I'm so okay with it. Imagine the burden that would be lifted off of some of the women listening that have spent their whole life. I know women who have spent their whole life. I was one of these women, for 10 more pounds, just 10 more pounds. Amber, just 10 more pounds. I have these 10 pounds. It's been 20 years, just 10 pounds. And it's like, wow, there's all this energy around this 10 pounds. If they could release the burden of the 10 pounds and just acknowledge that how they're living, they don't want to be obsessive. They don't want to spend, 7 hours, throughout the week at the gym. They don't want to give up their wine at night. They don't want to give up their date night with their husband, going out to Mexican food. I mean, there's all these things that they love about their life that makes life fun and is relationship. And all of a sudden they realize, like, I don't want to give those things up. Then you're probably going to have to love the 10 pounds. And it's okay. So the 10 pounds start to be a part of who they are, and like the beauty. And here's the other thing that so many of you women need to hear is some of you are trying to get to a place for yourself that you think is going to get you more love. It's going to get you more acceptance. It's going to get you more whatever. And the bottom line is there are so many people around you that love you just how you are. Your husband, many of you have husbands that love you just the way you are. They would love for you to be confident in the body that you have, just the way you are, so that there could be more intimacy and more connection. But because you keep holding on to the 10 pounds, the 20 pounds, the 30 pounds, until I get this, until I get that, you withhold your love, you withhold your intimacy, you withhold the opportunities for connection because you think that it needs to look a certain way. Mm-hmm. So I'm here to tell you that what you want has to match up with what you are willing to do. And another thing that a lot of you are not going to want to hear is that nobody is going to do this for you but you. It's not going to be a pill. It's not going to be a surgery. It's not going to be, you can do those things and it can be a quick fix, but guess what? It will always come back to you. You will have to maintain the results. You will have to dictate what goes in your mouth, what doesn't go into your mouth, whether or not you go to the gym. So I don't care what you do that gets you the results. You, my friend, are going to have to be the one to do it, and you're going to have to be the one to maintain it. So my philosophy at the Healthy Edge, what we teach, what we coach, is why not create a lifestyle of how you live, how you think, how you operate as something that you can literally see yourself doing until you're 98. So many women don't think about that. If you're going to get results, but how you got the results are not something that you can see yourself doing forever, what's the point? That's why a lot of you live in fear of failure. You live in fear of failure because you know that what you do, you can't sustain. So you lose the weight, you gain the weight, you lose the weight, you gain the weight, and then you get embarrassed, then you feel shameful. And it's because you've never approached your health like, how am I going to do this forever? When you get married, I just want to, I'm kind of for, but when you get married, it's a commitment. Okay. And it sounds great and lovely when you first get married because you're all in love and Google eyes, over your husband. And it's like, oh, this is going to be great. It's going to be wonderful. And then reality sinks in. And I don't know about you guys, but I've been married for 10 years and I know the Lord the way that I know the Lord, because the most important relationship in my life, which is the marriage to my husband, has rocked my world. I'm talking, I need the love and the guidance of the Lord every day in this relationship of my marriage. But guess what? I'm 100% committed, 100% committed. There is no out. I'm in it. We're making it work. We do things to make it better. And here's the thing. Some of you in your health journey, you're not committed.
Right.
You're not committed. A pregnant woman is 100% committed. I mean, that may sound funny. It's like a pregnant woman is 100% committed to having that baby. Now, guess what? She may not feel good every day. She may not like it. She may have complications. She may have all these things going on, but I can tell you what, she is 100% committed and she's going to have that baby. And I'm telling you, are you 100% committed in your marriage? Are you 100% committed to being the mom that you want to be? Are you 100% committed to your health journey? Most of you are 99% committed. I'm going to tell you right now, 99% commitment is hard because that 1% will get you every time. That 1% will talk to you. Oh, but just do this. Oh, but just do that. Oh, it's only one time. Oh, it's just a cheat. Oh, you'll go to the gym next week. That 1% gives you an out. If you're 99% committed to your marriage, you have a horrible marriage. I'm going to tell you right now because you have an out. If you're 99% committed to your job, I'm telling you what, you're probably going to be the first one to be let go. It's got to be 100% committed.
Yeah.
And it's just, that's a really hard thing to hear, but
I love it. It's really necessary. Another way to put it, and I'm going to go ahead and skip the break because I want to make sure we cover all of these lies. The other way to think about it too is, in what you said, is a friend of mine said to me, no, it wasn't a friend. It was actually a therapist I went to once upon a time. And what she said is, are you guys willing, this is about relationship, are you guys willing to close all the exits? Okay, so that's another way to say that you're going to see the door, it's an exit door, and you are going to put a giant lock on it, which means that you're not going to, when things get a little rocky, things get a little rough, maybe you have a discussion, maybe you don't agree on something, that you're not going to run for the door. And if you do run for the door, you're going to stop because it's locked. You have to stay in it to see what this journey is like. But the thing you said that I think is really the game changer today is about commitment. And it is one of the hardest words for people to say. But I got a dose of it, Amber, in a really kind of silly way. I play table tennis, and I was playing. I love to play. It's like my zone, right? And I was playing, and one of the guys was just compelled to coach me. And he said something to me that literally, it really hurt my heart. He says, I don't know what it is about you. You're really talented. You play really well, but you're not committed. I thought, are you talking to me? Ever? Like, I'm committed to everything. He said, I don't mean that you're not committed to the game. He said, you're not committed to every stroke you take, having it be the best that you could do. Mm. Oh my God. And I thought, I think is he talking about my life? But you see the difference in what we're talking about? Even the woman that is carrying that child is 100% committed to carrying the child in the best possible way she knows how to. And for a lot of women, Amber, it's their first time carrying that baby. So that's a whole different experience. I want to ask you this question. Along the way of being you, and I love the way you're talking about this today, because it's really clear to me that you and me, we cannot have this conversation if we have not been this conversation. Yeah. Oh, boy. So let's get down a little bit with this. We've been this conversation. That's why we can talk to others about it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for my deepest, darkest place, in my health journey was, I would say on the outside, I want to be healthy. It was a certain number. I'm committed to being healthy. And then I had this back door. I mean, I struggled with bulimia for 5 years, and it was just my dirty, dark secret. And sometimes it was multiple times during the day. Sometimes it was once a week. And I was 99% committed. So something would happen. I would feel out of control. I would feel stressed. So I would go and binge and purge, get up the next morning, excessively exercise, do it all over again. And I was just in this vicious cycle. And until I was 100% committed. And for me, it was being accountable. So I started opening up and sharing. And so many of you women, you have not verbalized this. And I'm going to let you know right now, if you're carrying weight, if you're unhealthy, if you're moody, if you're tired all the time, everybody already knows that you have something going on. Okay. Women act like people don't know. We already know that there's something going on, but women don't verbalize it. They don't say it. They don't say, you know what? I need a little support, because we're not told to do that. So for me, I had to open my mouth. I had to tell some people in my life that were big players in my life at that time. I needed to talk to a counselor. I needed to go and get some support, because I had to admit that if I wanted to be 100% committed, I didn't know what that looked like. I really didn't. And for some of you, this is very abstract. You don't really know what this looks like. You don't know what it feels like to be 100% committed to your health journey. It doesn't mean perfection. And for some of you, that's right where you go. Oh my gosh, Amber, why can I never have wine? Are you kidding me? My husband owns a brewery, guys. Like, I got a frozen, pizza in my freezer right now. Like, this is not about being perfect. It's about being committed, though, and understanding that how do you have a lifestyle of health without being perfect, embracing progress, and being 100% committed. Yeah. I'm going to tell you right now, the 100% commitment has nothing to do with guilt and shame. So if you guilt and shame then you're not 100% committed. I've got no guilt and shame in my health journey. I can do whatever I want, whenever I want. But because I'm 100% committed, those emotions have gone away.
Yeah, I love this, because part of what we're talking about, Amber, and I want to make sure that we cover this, is lie number 4. I love this lie. I mean, I don't love lies, but I love this one, because I know I have lived this for most of my life. And I even had a bout of this morning. I prepare for every show. People ask me, no, you don't. Yeah, I do. And I'm looking at this, and I go through, the conversation today and what we're going to talk about. And I get to lie number 4. And then I have a realization about what it is that's happening with me right at the moment on 3 issues, right? Words have no power. That's the lie, folks. Words have no power. Okay, so I'm listening to you today, and the power of what you're speaking The power of those words. I learned a long time ago, and I want you to talk to this. Someone said to me, you know what, honey, fake it till you make it. And I said, well, I don't know what you mean. They said, listen, even if you don't believe that you can, don't say you can't. Don't ever say it. Mm-hmm. Even if you don't believe that you're going to be able to get into that graduate program, don't say it. And I started to learn about this. I started to learn these. You know, my stepmom used to say something, and I think you'll relate to this. I hope I get this right, Mom. I know she's up there looking down at me. My mom used to say, with her southern drawl, honey, there are 5,497 promises in the Bible. She says, do you think maybe you can do about 1% of them because they be changing your life? And I would just look at her. She was from the South. And I just look at her and I said, Mom, why can't I do all 5,000 of them? And I now think about that, and I now know why I can't, because I don't believe I can. Can you talk about this lie, the power of our words not having any meaning or power? What a big baloney that is.
Oh, it's so true. One of the first things I do when I get on the phone with someone is I listen for patterns. And I'm not even intentionally trying to do it. It just literally rings my ears, almost pain, because I can hear within the matter of talking to somebody for 5 minutes, the pattern of why they have what they have in their life. And it is because they are speaking their reality. We speak into existence our reality. And I love what you just said, Dr. Pat, about, promises in the Bible. We need to get in alignment. Here's the thing. Our words, if they are not in alignment with the promises, we are going to struggle. When they are in alignment with the promises, which, by the way, everyone, are all good, are all amazing, are all more incredible than you could ever imagine. When we start walking in alignment with those, then amazing things starts to happen because we start to flow with power. And it starts with the words. So if you use a lot of I can't, I'll try, I hope to, I'm scared to, I'm just always like this, I am an emotional eater, I am a basket case, I am a diet yo-yo freak. I mean, I hear these words, women identifying themselves, who they are. And guess what? If you look at the pattern of their life, they live it out. So you've got to start speaking who it is, not that you just want to be, but let me tell you this. Let me give you guys some freedom. If it's in your heart, it's who you are. If you want to be a committed person, if you want to be a healthy person, and not even want, like I am, you speak, I am healthy, I am committed, I am, whatever that is. Those are things inside of you that are there for a reason. Not everybody wants the same things in life. You have a precious stamp on your soul of who it is that God created you to be. And these powerful words can be kind of scary because they're so amazing and so awesome. And that doubt comes in of, oh, am I really? And that's when you get out of alignment. You got out of alignment. You got to get back in alignment to what the promises are. So your statements that you say, they speak your identity. If you say, I'm a procrastinator, I'm an emotional eater, I'm a sugarholic, all of these speak power to the behaviors. Here's one more step. They give you permission to behave that way. That's what you're doing. Every time you speak, I'll try, you give yourself permission to not try. Every time you speak, I can't, you give yourself permission to not even try. Every time you say, I'm scared to, you give yourself permission to not do it because of the fear. So it's about permission. So I can, I will, I'm committed to, I no longer emotionally eat. I no longer partner with that pattern of behavior in my life. I'm getting better at, some of you, that might be the first step in your statement. You know what? I'm getting better at controlling my feelings and doing what I need to do versus what I feel to do. I'm getting better at that. So think about that. My life, and I'm going to get emotional. My life is not roses. And Dr. Pat, you know this, it's taken us a couple years to even get these shows together. I have been through hell and back. And it is not that my life turns out great. It is not that you're going to look at my life and say, wow, like everything's together. But I tell you what, I have joy, I have peace, I have health, I have freedom, I have love in my life. I have faith in God. And despite my circumstances, I am here and I'm doing my purpose. And some of you, you needed that word because you're waiting for things to be perfect. You're waiting to have the things that you want to have. And your whole life is crumbling around you. And I'm telling you right now, you can walk in power and freedom and peace and joy and health in those circumstances with the principles that we've talked about today, finding your worthiness in something outside of yourself, in the Lord, in whatever that is for you. And you are here listening to this for a reason because he is pursuing you. And he's saying, you don't have to do this on your own strength. I will show you. I will guide you. There is comfort in my arms. I mean, that's why you're listening to this. So I don't think that Dr. Pat and I both have it all together because Dr. Pat, your story will blow people's hairs back.
Oh boy.
And mine someday may be a story, but for right now I'm living it. And it's very personal, but it is not, it's not what a lot of people perceive. And I'm not living in an airy-fairy, world. Everything is a reality to me, but I speak. And here's the thing. Promises are coming true.
Yeah.
Promises are coming true. Every day it gets better. Every day things around me shift.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps me going.
And exactly. And that's really what we want to share with other people and other women. Amber, thank you so much for today. What a great show.
You've been listening to Healthy Edge Radio with Amber Thiel, living with power, passion, and purpose. If you've missed any part of this show, you can download the podcast at getthehealthyedge.com. Tune in live each month as Amber Thiel, founder of The Healthy Edge, joins Dr. Pat to create amazing conversations that will empower and inspire.
The preceding audio was via a Skype call.